that aspect, which is critical to the security that we're trying to maintain in the village. But thank you, sir.
So many things came to light, and I thought, probably with our permission, we could tap from his experience, from what he was able to discern from our staff, and what he had seen around. At the end of the training, give us a piece of paper that will assist the mission to overcome some of the perceived lapses or improvements where need to be.
Heads of mission, heads of sections here present, and the trainees, ladies and gentlemen. In the course of your speech, sir, you did mention the issue of lost passports. And to say the truth, even though we sort of, probably laughed over a bit, but I think it's becoming an embarrassing thing. For example, in our publication, we have to, sometimes we get these change of name adverts and change of date of birth adverts. And obviously you see, obviously when you see names that maybe just one or two names change, probably you're slightly relaxed. But when you have situations where names have changed completely to a totally set of different names, or even taking it one step further, you have situations where it's the date of birth that's changed completely. So not even a case of just year or probably month, and it's embarrassing because people sometimes ask me when they say it, how is this possible? Why is this person changing their date of birth or they're changing their name? So I'm not sure what the High Commission is doing or is able to do in this regard. So that would be the first question. The other one is to do with there was an issue that has really come up here in terms of the issue of communication and perception, especially in terms of the kind of service that people are getting. And there was only last week I was discussing with your special assistant, Mr. Nikolai, in terms of a particular case. And it's like most people, as has been rightly identified here, already come here with a preconceived notion as to what to expect. And even sometimes when you're convincing them that no, things are changing, things are moving on, it's like they don't want to believe you and so on and so forth. So I think it seems that there's more work that needs to be done on the communication side in terms of getting that message out there to let people know that things are indeed changing. And to say the truth, I'm not going to stand here recommending what you could do, but I think it's an area that really needs to be looked at in terms of really pushing the message out there. The only other thing I was also going to suggest as well, I don't know how this works in the diplomatic world and, more from the diplomatic world, is perhaps to have a situation whereby sometimes you could invite press people in, with either cameras and journalists and so on, who would probably just sit in the, down there, like a mystery shopper, so to speak, who would probably be observing what's going on and probably recording those things with a view of getting that in the public domain. What that would probably do is that it will serve as a deterrent, especially, because people leave their homes, people who are normally meant to be gentlemen or ladies will probably now feel, well, they've left what they wouldn't normally do if they were to go to some foreign office. They now feel, well, we've arrived in Nigeria, so we have to behave like a Nigerian, with due respect, and that, they have to do it the Nigerian way, whatever that means. I think this will probably serve as a deterrent in that regard. Thank you, sir.
And I want to say immediately that we had recommended to the High Commissioner about uniforms. I think that a person who is a security person should be identifiable. And I tell you, the uniform of the security man drives away 95% of crime. Because 95% of crime are small crimes, but which, if you allow a lot to happen, will become a big thing. And somebody wearing uniforms around drives them away. It doesn't have to lift a finger. The man who wants to do crime shifts away because he has either the duty to kill the security man first or be arrested. So it's something very serious that we should consider, and I write here directly HOC to look at it. Let me have a report on that before Friday, on how our security men will be distinctly attired, but they must look good in their attire. It will be something that they would like to wear. The bad things that have been happening in the mission here. But it's been a very beautiful thing that you've done here. Not to add that thing, bad comment to it, give me food for thought, and then I said not to talk about it. But now that I have been forced, they've pried my mouth open. They put crowbar in my mouth and opened my mouth, so now I must stop. I've never been a thief in my life. And I've never taken bribes in my life. I can swear I can eat any juju if you bring it. And I don't want people to do it where I am. But they want to do it and give the impression that they are collecting it for me. Please let me shut this man up. So, I have addressed senior officers last week. I really do have zero tolerance of it. In my time, somebody will be caught, and somebody will go to jail, and whoever that person be, I don't care. If you are caught, you follow the full disciplinary measures, and if it is a crime that you have committed, you will go to jail. If it's lesser than a crime, you will be dismissed. You have a bad name from here. Nobody will do crime and go scot-free while I'm here. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Those who have heard, let them tell those who are not here, let them hear. I will have another opportunity when this week or next week I'll address locally based staff or local based staff, because I've talked with all the home based staff. What should we do in cases of change of name and dates? As a mission, we have no concern with it. Just as they say the vulture has no need for Baba. You have no business with the Baba, doesn't have hair. We don't change name here. We don't have people to change name. They can go change name whatever they will, but let them not get us involved. And if we see somebody trying to change passport because he has changed name, and we think that the name that he has changed is dubious, we will draw attention to it so that we check it out to see how correct it is. Because if we don't do so, we will be aiding and abetting crime and being an accessory to crime, which is one condition, very clear condition for a host country to say close that mission. And no country will let a mission be inside their country which is supporting crimes. Otherwise, we shall train and train and train ourselves on this side, your good selves. We shall all continue to train. Because every day things are changing, and the things that need to be done and how to do them keep changing. Let me stop so far. Thank you very much.
One more.
Could you take your camera as a little low? So we don't look like it was.
Yeah, I can see everybody except.
No, not seeing us. What you are seeing.
I
If
can.
your camera is a bit low.